I've been meaning to do a video about Trump, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to say or what to do. This is my thoughts. So I decided to make it personal, not necessarily to shame anybody, but because I feel like this is a very personal thing for a lot of people. Maybe not for everybody, but for a lot of people it is. And for me, it's a very personal thing. And I didn't poll my entire family and ask how everybody voted. I actually have quite a big family, but even just my immediate family, I haven't actually asked everybody exactly how they voted. But as far as I know, my father's the only one in my family who voted for Donald Trump. And I know um, my mom, she she voted the way she did because she couldn't in good conscience support Donald Trump and she couldn't in good conscience support Hillary Clinton. And I respect the fact that she has stuck to her morals to to pick her vote. What really confuses me though is the way my father voted. And I want to back up by giving background. Um, my my father raised me well, I believe. He raised me to be honest, to be kind and respectful, to be courteous, to consider the feelings of other people, to put myself in their shoes, to basically follow the golden rule, to do unto others as I would want them to do to me. And and I've tried to follow the teachings that my mom and dad have given me, and my church leaders and other people in my life that I respected. I've tried to follow their advice, and I feel like I've done a decent job, even if we all have mistakes. Sometimes I do things that I later regret, but I feel like for the most part I'm an honest person. For the most part, I'm kind to the people that I deal with, and I try to be. I try to be respectful. Um, even sometimes when people may not, well, when I feel like they may not deserve the respect, I at least try to show a modicum of respect, which I believe is due to all people. Um, so this is why it confused me that he was willing and able to vote for Donald Trump, and this is why. Donald Trump has none of those qualities. Trump has shown repeatedly that he does not respect anybody unless that person is willing to defer to him. Anybody who looks up to Donald Trump and considers him and treats him as though he is superior, he likes those people. But anyone who criticizes him in any way, even small criticisms, even those that are meant to be for his own good, um, he'll insult those people. He'll insult anybody who speaks ill of him, anybody who criticizes him in any way, anybody who doesn't just suck up to him. He'll criticize or he'll insult them. He'll ridicule them. He'll make up lies about them. Um, he shows no respect for people at all, unless they're people, like I said, that just suck up to him. He is not kind to people. He he seems to only care about himself and possibly his close family members, maybe close friends. Um, he 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 doesn't seem to show any kindness whatsoever to the average person in any way. He is clearly dishonest. He will lie. He'll say anything that he thinks he should say in order to get himself out of trouble or to make people like him or look up to him. Anything that he thinks he can get away with, he'll say it. And he'll lie about his political opponents. He'll lie about um, foreign leaders. He'll lie about minorities. He'll lie about the statistics that show how he's doing as president. He is repeatedly and verifiably a dishonest person. He doesn't care about what is true. He only cares about what he can say that he thinks will make himself look better. So he spits in the face of truth and in the face of honesty. Um, he's not courteous. He's not kind. He's not polite. He ridicules women. Um, he judges women based on their appearance only, and to him that's the only criterion that should be considered for women. He doesn't consider what abilities they have or what knowledge they have, their background, their education, their qualifications for any specific job. Um, he'll just insult women based on their appearance. He'll call them fat and eating machines, um, and insult their appearance, and whether they're skilled and you know qualified for a specific political office or not, is irrelevant to him. He doesn't even consider that to be uh, relevant in any way. He's proven that all he cares about is insulting women and making them feel bad for not having a perfect physical appearance. And to me, part of this also is ironic because he himself is fat. He himself is not very physically attractive, and yet he feels like in order for a woman to have worth, she needs to be uh, a perfect 10 in physical attractiveness. And that if she's anything less than that, well, she's just not worth his time in any way. And she shouldn't be worth anybody else's time either. And to me, that's pretty misogynistic. And uh, from what I've seen of my father, I wouldn't call him a misogynist. Um, perhaps he's a misogynistic and I just never saw those qualities come out of him. I don't know. But I certainly have not observed my father judging women by their appearance, and I haven't heard him, at least not on a regular basis, insult women based on whether they're ugly or fat. So again, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. Um, uh, Donald Trump he has shown himself to be bigoted. He shows that he judges all immigrants based on the actions of a few. He sees that there are a few immigrants who commit crimes, and therefore he says that all Mexican immigrants are committing crimes. They're all rapists and drug dealers, and they're smuggling children, they're trafficking humans, all of this stuff that perhaps, maybe some are, but so are some people that were born in the United States. There are rapists that were born right here in the USA. There's white people that of European descent from Europe or born in America for generations. They've been here that commit crime, that go into schools and theaters and shoot people up in mass. And he doesn't point out that problem ever. He only points out the problem when the perpetrator is an immigrant, when the perpetrator has dark skin. So he has clearly shown himself to be bigoted against people of color. He has shown himself to be bigoted against transgender, transsexual, trans people. He has tried to ban them from military service. He doesn't have a very good record as far as minorities are concerned. And again, with the honesty thing, he'll claim that he does. He continually tweets that he is so good to minorities, and minorities have it so much better under Trump than they ever did before, which is completely false. With the way Trump talks, the way he bullies people, bullies in general are emboldened, and people that have been bullied are more at risk now than they were when President Obama was in office. So the thing is, to me personally, and I've thought about this a bit because I do know at least a couple people that have voted for Trump that I consider to be good people. And it doesn't make sense to me how someone like that could vote for Donald Trump. And the thing is, when I've raised this point, when I've raised this question, it's always taken as, oh, well, it's just a difference of political opinion. But it isn't. It's not just a difference of opinion. It's more than that. Donald Trump has shown all of these qualities that I've just listed that just on a basic level of human decency, he can't measure up. And to me, that's not about political opinion. That's not about a difference of opinion on politics. That's about just being a decent human being, just proving that you can, in general, just be nice to people that you meet and and at least be respectful even if you don't like a person. Um, and he can't do that. And it's more than just a difference of opinion because he's shown that he has just a complete disdain for certain people, for certain groups of people. He doesn't think they deserve the same rights that the rest of us deserve. And to me, that's very dangerous thinking, to say that certain people just don't deserve rights at all because of where they were born or because of the fact that they love someone of the same sex or because they identify as a gender other than what their chromosome might say or what their external genitalia might indicate. Um, I I don't see a need to look down on people like that. I don't see the need to be disrespectful toward women. I don't see the need to be disrespectful toward anyone who disagrees with you. Um, I, I don't see how any of these qualities mesh with the morals and values that my father raised me on. And I just think, how can you support somebody? How can you feel like somebody's going to do a good job when they don't share any of the values, any of the virtues, any of the morals that you personally feel? When they don't value life, they don't value respect and kindness and honesty, and they don't have any moral compass whatsoever. How can you support somebody like that? And regardless of what their political platform is, what you're saying is none of those things matter. I never actually believed in any of those values anyway, because at the end of the day, all that matters is he agrees with certain policies that I feel like should take place. He agrees with me on certain political policies, therefore I'm going to vote for him. I mean, I'm going to overlook the fact that he is dishonest, that he is disrespectful, that he doesn't, he doesn't know how to treat women, he doesn't know how to treat gay people, he doesn't know how to treat people of color. Uh, how do you reconcile that difference of morality? That's what I don't understand. And I think that's where I'd like to leave this video. Just to anybody who's watching, if you voted for Donald Trump, answer in the comments. I want to know what how do you see that? I mean, to me, the only way to resolve that concern is to simply deny that Donald Trump has all the qualities that I've just listed. And at that point, we're just living in different realities, because it's objectively the case that he does mistreat women. He does mistreat anybody who disagrees with him politically. He mistreats people of color. He groups immigrants all together. He's bigoted against immigrants. He's bigoted against people from African countries, from Mexico. He is a bigot. He is dishonest. He is disrespectful. He is, in just about every way, childish and immature. And so how do you reconcile, if you have any of those morals, how do you reconcile that with what you voted for? And anybody that didn't vote for Donald Trump, maybe you know people who did, maybe you've spoken with them about it. Find out why, how did you support this? And how does this not conflict with the morals and values that you have?